it's much heavier to try to do that. Touch on escalations a little bit, and then we'll be wrapping up. So should you shoot your shot or escalate, or both? I've talked about a couple different examples that I've done. When we talk about shooting your shot, you're just going with your best offer up front, highest and best out of the gates, as strong as possible to try to get them off the market and in agreement with you. It's generally going to be over list. It's generally going to be substantial earnest money. It's generally going to be a close fast situation. But you're not going to be, to make this effective, you can't worry about, oh man, am I overpaying? Is this too much? You're just going to want to come with the most that you feel like you're winning on this house if you get it and make that offer. You may be paying much more than other people, but that shouldn't matter. If you're getting the house that you like at a price that you want in a timeline that works for you, that's the more important thing than paying more than others, in my mind. Or you could use an escalation clause. An escalation clause means you'll beat the next offer by X amount. So I've used that a fair amount lately. You can escalate from, $100 up to $1 million or millions of dollars over the next offer. So if you were going to offer $1 million and I had an escalation clause to escalate by 50,000 up to $1.1 million, and I was writing at 950, your $1 million would make my offer $1.05 million because it's now $50,000 more than the other offer is in, which speaks to you want to make it a meaningful amount. Probably if you're in that close of a situation, $1,000, $10,000 may not be a needle mover for the seller. If the other people are cash or faster or cleaner, you're going to want to try to make it a meaningful amount. And you never know what that is until you get feedback from the listing agent. And then account for contingencies or weaknesses in the house, the property, the neighborhood, what's going on with it when looking at, should you shoot your shot or should you escalate, and make sure you're being cautious and careful about those. You can also do both, right? I've done this a lot where a house is listed, let's call it 800, and I go in at 820. So I'm coming in over list, shooting my shot already. So if everybody just comes in at list price, I'm 20 grand stronger and I should be in good shape and moving them out of the way. Then I can add an escalator to that. So I can come in at 820 because I don't have to offer list price. I can offer whatever I wanted. I can come in at 820 and then I can put a, $15,000 to $25,000 escalator on that. Let's say it's 15,000 and I'm willing to go to 850. So I could escalate twice on that, which can be a really good way to go. One thing that people always ask is, how do I know if I'm doing an escalation that they're not just telling me this or they're not giving me some story? When you do an escalation agreement and the seller accepts it, they have to provide you the competing offers that triggered your escalator. So they don't just get to say, oh, this is it. They have to give you the actual offer. And then you can call the agent. You can see what's going on. And is it really a real deal? We will do that to research, like, hey, is this legit? What's going on? And make sure they didn't just have their friend write an offer on the property to trigger your escalator.